Of the Senate Committee, Transportation Committee. We do have a quorum this morning, so Madam Clerk, if you would, please call the roll.
Senator Mills.
I'm here.
Senator Smith. Senator Turner. Senator Wheeler. Senator Williams.
Here.
Senator Wilson. Senator Yates. Vice Chair Storm.
Here.
Chairman Higdon.
Here. All right, we, Senator Smith has Hadley's here? Okay, we forgot to call her.
Oh, yeah, we got to count roll call, so you got to say present.
Present.
Okay. So, Senator Smith has a guest he'd like to introduce, which she's already answered the roll call, but Senator Smith.
Oh, yeah, well, this is Hadley Gray, and Gray is 10 years old. It's their spring break, so she decided she wanted to come here and be a part of government. That's how she wanted to spend her spring break. But I think Senator Higdon's known her her whole entire life. I was looking around to see who all knew him, but she wants to be here today because this young lady loves the process of what we get to do. So I'm very honored to have her join me today as my intern. So thank you all for letting her come.
Okay, Hadley, welcome to the committee, and we will make you welcome. Okay, the next order of business is I entertain a motion to approve the minutes from January 31st, February 14th, and March the 5th. We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. No? Motion passes. All right. First order of business today, we'll kind of go a little bit out of order. House Bill 19. Representative Imes. Representative Imes, if you would introduce yourself for the record, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mary Beth Imes, State Representative, 5th District, Callaway and part of Trigg County. We have before us today House Bill 19. We passed it in the House last year and this year too, unanimously. It's a slow down and move over bill. It simply expands the requirement to move over or slow down when approaching an emergency or public safety vehicle to include any disabled vehicle displaying a warning signal. If it is safe to move over, do so. If not, slow down. Those already covered by this statute include first responders, tow trucks, utility vehicles, and road maintenance vehicles. If there's not any questions.
Motion on bill.
Okay, we have a motion on the bill. We have a second. Any questions? Okay. Senator Storm.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Representative, could you explain to me what retro-reflective signals are? Because I don't understand that term myself.
No, I can't explain it. I would assume that it would be any kind of emergency flashing signal. But I'm not sure, Senator Storm. I'm sorry. I'll try to find out for you.
That's good. Thank you.
Thank you.
If I could, Mr. Chair, I think it's the stagnant, flat sticker type that are not actually electric. They're just the old ones that are like laminate or whatever that you put on a tractor or something like that, that just when your car lights hit it, it reacts.
Okay. Thank you, Senator Smith.
Yes.
And thank you, staff. Any other questions? All right. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Berg. Aye. Senator Carpenter. Senator Mills.
Aye.
Senator Smith. Senator Storm.
Cast my pass vote and explain.
Please proceed.
Thank you for the bill. My concern with this is we just recently passed Senate Bill 107, which has some lane restrictions. We also potentially will pass House Bill 193, which again could have some lane restrictions. So I'm not exactly sure how this would mesh with those bills all at once. So for that reason, I'm going to pass today. Thank you.
Senator Turner. Senator Wheeler.
Aye.
Senator Williams.
Aye.
Senator Wilson. Senator Yates. Chairman Higdon.
Aye. We got number 6. Okay. House Bill 19 is reported favorably with the expression of opinion that same shall pass. Thank you,
Thank you.
Representative Imes, and that will not be on consent since we had a pass vote, but we will get that to the Senate floor.
Okay,
Thank you.
so much.
Our next bill is Chairman Blanton. He has House Bill 193 with committee substitute. Mr. Chairman, the floor is yours if you would identify yourself and for the record. And we already have a motion on your bill, so we have a motion. Second, we had to approve the committee sub. This is motion on the sub. We have a motion and a second on the sub. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The committee sub is passed or adopted. Mr. Chairman, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. John Blanton, the 92nd District State Representative. House Bill 193 is a bill to protect our road crews and utility workers from reckless drivers. Kentucky is undergoing a massive expansion and replacement of infrastructure. Our road crew workers, gas, water, sewer, electric, and telecommunications will be increasingly working in and around our highways, roads, and public right-of-ways for the foreseeable future. For most of us, this is merely an inconvenience. For some, however, it has triggered incidents of road rage, aggression, or disregard for the safety of others. For these work crews, it can be a matter of life and death. Among all states, Kentucky has some of the weakest protections for such work crews. House Bill 193 would strengthen those protections for road and utility crews in several important ways. First, House Bill 193 expands Kentucky's general duties for drivers to operate vehicles in a careful manner to include not willfully operating vehicles in a manner so as to injure vehicles or equipment located in or near a highway work zone. Further, it creates a duty to not operate a vehicle in a reckless or negligent manner that would endanger persons or property in or near a highway work zone. Highways under Kentucky law includes basically all public roads. It expands the current law's protections for road construction workers to include utility workers and requires drivers to stay in designated lanes. This is necessary because drivers, in some cases, are disregarding work crew directions and driving through active work sites. The penalties for violations, which used to just be double fines, would now be $500 if no one is injured, and up to as much as $10,000 if the violation results in injury or death, and could also include loss of driving privileges. During the interim, the Transportation Committee heard testimony about the recent increase in work zone intrusions and the risk, damage, and injuries resulting therefrom. House Bill 193 sends a strong message to reckless drivers that they need to slow down and respect the safety of these hardworking men and women. With that, Mr. Chairman, I welcome any questions.
We have a motion and a second. We have questions, though. But I want to start off, Mr. Chairman, thanking you for bringing this bill forward. This is a very important bill, and I know you've worked very hard to kind of weave that to make sure that you got it right, and we appreciate that. With that, Senator Yates has a question.
Representative Chairman, thank you for being here. Obviously, very supportive of the type of legislation. I wrote a mirror bill in the Senate. The couple little things on here, and obviously this is important. We've had too many death cases in the past few years of our workers, and we have a duty to protect them. We know by best practices, look at other states that have implemented similar measures, the injury and rates of death have gone down. Our failure to act is a disservice for those that we've already lost and those that we lose in the future. So thank you for bringing that. There was a couple questions that I got hit with when my mirror bill. One where you have it's not less than $500, but not more than $10,000 if the violation is physical injury or death. I wanted to be clear, and my understanding is that would not be a limitation on the ability of restitution in the event that someone was breaking the law and injured someone to a high degree. from criminal state, they could still bring restitution to recuperate damages even if it exceeded $10,000. And I think that's the intention here is not to limit that in the event that you cause damages that exceeded $10,000. If a reckless driver came through that and ruined $30,000 of equipment and things because of it, I don't think the intent was to cap it at $10,000. Is that your understanding?
No, you're correct, Senator Yates, and I would say I'll use an example. If someone is involved in a DUI accident that results in a death, then they will pay their penalties for the DUI, but there's still civil litigation that can move forward for restitution and so forth. Same here. That's just in the courts dealing with the violation of statute, not any type of restitution or any type of civil litigations. They could continue on.
Thank you for clarifying. I had got the emails on mine, and I tried to explain that this would be the base fine. Any additional, civil suits and restitution orders could be above and beyond that.
That's correct.
All right. Thank you for bringing this.
Yes, sir.
Senator Turner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and the statute, and I may have not read it all, but it doesn't say that it's prepayable. So is this going to, and I think that would be a better position to have it prepayable if they're just paying $500 rather than having people to come back and appear in court.
Well, I understand your question, Senator, and thank you for that question. However, I think dealing with the magnitude of the situation, that this is probably one that would require a court appearance, just like, if you cite somebody for expired registration tags, that's not a prepayable. They have to appear in court on that. And so no difference here, and it's because of the amount of the fine and quite frankly, the latitude that's provided for the courts to make a decision on that amount.
Senator Turner,
One
need
other
further
follow.
need? Okay.
Well, Mr. Chairman, but the way I read it is written that it'll be $500, just a flat $500 fee. I didn't read as giving the court any discretion.
Thank you.
If there's an accident or an injury,
That's the next subsection, which goes up to $10,000.
that's correct.
But just the citation for the excess in speed,
It's $500.
and that's the reason I would hope that you wouldn't have a problem with it being amended, saying that's just a prepayable.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm opposed to that.
All right.
I don't think it's going to hurt anyone to go show up in court to pay a $500 fine. They do it for much less penalties than that now, but if that's what it takes, Senator Turner, I'm willing to, to accept that.
One other thing, Mr. Chairman, the basis of that is that if somebody from Floyd County gets a citation in Jefferson County, they'll have to drive from Floyd County back to Jefferson County to appear in court just to pay a $500 fine when it could be just fixed where they mail it in.
I understand. You're a little more sympathetic than I am, but I understand.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any further questions?
On that. Get that done.
Seeing none, Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Senator Berg. Senator Carpenter. Senator Mills. Senator Smith. Senator Storm. Senator Turner. Senator Wheeler. Senator Williams. Senator Wilson. Senator Yates. Chairman Higdon.
Aye. House Bill 193 is reported favorably with same expression of opinion shall pass with the committee substitute attached thereto. Mr. Chairman, if you don't mind, we won't put this on consent. I think this is a bill that's worthy of being discussed on the Senate floor. So with that said, we won't put it on consent if that's okay with you.
Mr. Chairman, I just appreciate the opportunity to bring the bill, and if you all want to hear it on the floor, I'm very much okay with that, sir.
Like I said, as this is an important bill.
Yes, it is.
It's very important, and it needs to be discussed and not in that clutter of consent.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Thank you, and appreciate you being here today.
Yep. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Thank you all.
anyone who came in late would like to make up a vote, we have House Bill 19 that, okay, Senator Turner, aye. Senator Carpenter,
Senator Turner.
we're
Yes
not
on 19?
finished. On 19,
You're
okay.
voting yes. Okay.
Senator Carpenter, House Bill 19, would
Yeah,
you
I'm
like
a
to cast a vote?
I was absent, the chairman. I'd like to vote yes as well.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I was absent for Senate Bill 19.
Okay, okay.
And I'd like to cast an aye vote.
Senator Wilson votes
Yeah.
yes. Okay. The next item on the list is Senate Joint Resolution 58, committee substitute and committee title amendment. Entertain a motion for the committee sub.
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor of the committee sub, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. This is a bill every year that we certainly take pride in, and it's a lot of, we pay respect to those local heroes, and there's a lot of qualifications for being on this, to have a road named after an individual. We require a local resolution from local government. We require that, that the person be deceased. We don't name roads for anybody who's still living, and like I said, these are special people that are worthy of having this honor of a road named in honor of them. So the list this year, it'll be typically we take this year the Senate is sponsoring the bill, so we will, one of our Senate resolutions the bill will be in that name. This year Senator Westerfield's resolution will be the resolution that the bill is named after, and that's in honor of Chief Deputy Jody Wayne Cash, and he is from Caldwell County. So with that said, there's some other things on here. You'll see that there's several from McLaughlin County. A snafu with that, McLaughlin County was sending them to the Transportation Cabinet for road naming, and they no longer do that. So there were several that they had that were delivered to us. So we will get those taken care of this time. That's not something that we do every year, but this is a special situation. So,
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to thank you for that. I know that did turn into a little bit of a ordeal for you all, and I just want to applaud how you all handled that, because it caught me off guard as well, made them think possibly we had not done what we had told them to. So thank you all very much.
Well, thank you, Senator Smith. I appreciate that, and we're glad to help on that, because these road namings are important. They're important to us, but they're really important to those folks back home. If anyone has a recipient on the list that you'd like to say something about, I'd certainly yield to you to make a comment. Okay, I do have one, and I will mention it. A road in a section of a road in Loretta, Kentucky, will be named in honor of Mayor Tom Brom, who passed away several months ago, and he was very active, and not in just Loretta, but at Marion County and surrounding counties, and he is certainly is missed, and we want to keep his memory alive. And hopefully, when folks see that sign, kids will ask their parents, "Who was Tom Brom?" And they'll hear the story about a great guy that worked really hard to make his county and city a better place to live, work, and raise kids. Senator Wheeler, did I see your hand go up?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. I guess one of the resolutions that I filed is in memory of the former chairman of the House Transportation Committee who passed away, last year, UB Collins, as well as his wife, who was an integral part of the service that he gave for Johnson and Martin County over the course of, I think, over 2 decades. He really put a lot of investment in those 2 counties, and I guess the value of his work can be seen in the fact that even though at that time it was probably one of the most Republican districts by registration in the entire Commonwealth, he was a Democrat, and they kept sending him back time after time after time due to his commitment to the local area. So I want to thank the chair and the other members for their this resolution and for honoring the late Representative Collins and his wife for their work on behalf of Johnson and Martin County.
Thank you, Senator Wheeler, and myself and several others here on the committee served with Representative Collins. And what an interesting and hardworking, dedicated individual he was. Senator Smith.
Yeah, I just want to echo that, having served with him like Chairman Higdon did. That was my district for a while, and it's funny when you serve here with someone in the House, and then you come on over to the Senate and then wind up representing them in the Senate. So it's kind of unique. But the last time I saw Hubie, we were combing through a bunch of flotsam in Deadwood looking for the young man that had been washed away in that flood over there. And so I always remember him in work clothes, and not the Hubie we all see up here, but trying to help us go through that. So there's another part of us. His wife driving his campaign, that old truck he had was probably about a 1989 F-150 or something, but a lot of good memories from people that we've served with, and I appreciate this dedication to him.
Do we have a
Motion on the resolution.
Okay. Okay, Senator Turner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I also served with Hubie, and he was a fine gentleman. He just took hard control of the transportation, and it took me to have to go to the Senate to come back to him to get that 4-wheeler bill passed, which he strongly objected to, and let me know it very purposely. But he was a fine gentleman, a good fellow to work with, and I remember him for the 4 years I was with him. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. We have a motion. To have a second? We have a motion and a second. Seeing no further questions, Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Senator Berg. Aye. Senator Carpenter. Aye. Senator Mills. Aye. Senator Smith. Aye. Senator Storm.
Aye.
Senator Turner. Senator Wheeler.
Aye.
Senator Williams.
Aye.
Senator Wilson. Aye. Senator Yates. Aye. Chairman Higdon.
Aye. Senate Joint Resolution 58 is reported favorably with the expression of opinion that same should pass. With the committee substitute attached, we do have a title amendment. Do we have a motion? Motion on the title amendment. Second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. We will not, I will not entertain a motion for consent calendar on this one. Senator Westerfield will handle this on the Senate floor and give members an opportunity to speak to individuals about individuals that are named on the list. And so with that said, we have up next on the agenda. Okay, Senator Carpenter.
I didn't want you to adjourn. Are you getting ready to do some other
No,
business?
sir, I have one more.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But I'll make note that you have something that.
Please do.
The next item on the agenda, we have administrative reg concerning vegetation management, and that's KAR 005155 or 603 KAR 005. Gentlemen, introduce yourself for the record, and for a brief time, the floor is yours.
I'm Will Fogel, General Counsel for the Transportation Cabinet.
Rob Thompson, Transportation Cabinet, Central Office Permits Branch Manager.
Gentlemen, the floor is yours. Please proceed.
Mr. Chairman, members, this is a kind of a cleanup regulation that's needed to change the recipient of the mitigation payments when vegetation pruning permits are issued from the Kentucky Land from the Kentucky Natural Land Trust just to the Transportation Cabinet, and also to clean up the payment calculation method in this regulation. The Kentucky Land Trust did not wish to participate in the program any longer, so the regulation was needed to provide for a new mitigation recipient for those mitigation funds. So that's essentially the purpose of the
Motion on the
of the
bill.
regulation.
We do not have to have a motion on this. The committee does not need to approve the administrative regulations. If there's no objections raised, the reg will take effect after this meeting, and I see no objections. So those regs will go into effect, I guess, as soon as we adjourn today. So thank you all. Appreciate you being here. Senator Carpenter.
Thank you.
I just wanted to recognize the guest, if you didn't mind.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Please,
I
please.
missed that at the beginning. I didn't want to get adjourned, but it's not even from my district, so that's what I'm doing. But one of my buddies that I've known forever, we fish a little bit together. That's what he just texted me. He said it'd be a good day to be fishing, wasn't it? But so he's a superintendent in Gallatin County. He's from Madison County for a long time. Chuck Cash in the very back there. He's got a group of his students and some board members that are involved in the superintendent group that they're studying and watching politics and watching what we do here in Frankfurt. So he's been a good friend for a long time, and he left Madison County. We hate to see him go, but I know he's doing a great job there, and I just wanted this body to be able to welcome him and his group to visit in the Capitol today.
Okay, well, let's make him and his group welcome and show them some appreciation. Thank you. Any further business to come before the committee? Seeing none, motion to adjourn? Motion. We are adjourned.